Utterly Insane Productions brings you the Insane Asylum with Mark and Joe. You never know what they'll say next or who they might offend. You have been warned.
Oh, you got everybody on now.
Alright, here, hello.
What? Are we already on?
Yep, hello.
Oh, hi, how you doing?
Welcome to the Insane Asylum. This is Mark, I'm Joe,
I'm Tanya,
and we have Tanya over there. If you notice, we got a new little setup thing going here.
and Lisa's back
And
here.
Lisa's back in the
Lisa
corner.
back
She
in the
is naughty.
corner.
I put her
You
back
can't
there.
really see her, but
guarding the door. Actually, she is on camera.
this is the last Friday.
You can see her on camera, Tanya's camera.
Okay.
This is the last Friday of the 2019. We got a couple of things we're going to discuss. Some of the paranormal activity that I've been seeing on the news and we've been hearing about this year. Plus, Mark wanted to talk about a subject we didn't get to last week, which was Area 51 and 52.
Maybe. I don't know.
Did you
Depends
just
on how I
say
feel.
Area 52?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he's calling it.
Wow.
Don't you remember me telling you about that?
And as well as as well as sorry, I'm trying to learn something new here. It's been a little-
Sometimes learning something new is always like that.
Sometimes you should do it before you start.
I was
Well, most of the time it's learn as you go.
So we lost. I thought you said there was a bunch of people on. There's only me on here, and
I didn't say there was
Him on
but
here
I
now.
can't see who's online.
he just logged in too.
I was gonna
But
say,
I was just curious. I wanted to see how it looked on my end now.
I was gonna say I don't have the ability now that we got XSplit. I don't have the ability to see who's all on and see comments.
Well, I got the ability to see comments now.
Okay.
I actually.
I'm
All right, so where
we're
do you
not-
want to start? So should we start with? First of all, if you shop Amazon, please
hello.
use the link at the top of our website, which is scrolling across the bottom here. You know, kind of like right here. You know, that website right there. Kind of check it out, and then if you shop Amazon, use that link to go to Amazon.
Trying to
so
get
we can
this
a
set to
kickback,
where-
and you'll help us grow as a podcast. So, anyway, Mark, I'll let you start with the Area 51 crap
Why?
because I want to start an argument with you. Because I know what one of your point of view is, saying fucking place is empty, and I don't buy that.
I didn't say it was empty.
You said everything was moved out there.
Area 51 has been decommissioned pretty
Right.
much. Everything that is of alien tech has been removed and moved to Area 52, which is in Wyoming.
And you don't think they're still doing shit there at Area 51?
They're still testing shit there because
They
It
gotta
wouldn't
still
make-
have-
it would make sense to test it there because it's in the middle of bumfuck nowhere's,
and it's heavily
um,
guarded. Still,
in the
Close
middle
to
of
the map.
bumfuck nowhere desert.
it's hard to get to.
Okay, and yes, it's still guarded and it's still set up with the ground sensors all over the place.
Doesn't it have like a great big fence around it too?
It's got a fence,
Yeah.
but the thing is, on that fence, from the fence about a quarter mile in, from the fence to about a quarter mile in, they have ground sensors, and those sensors are so sensitive that they can actually sense a lizard farting.
Wow.
You know this how? You went out there and farted?
I'm not a lizard. But no, they're
You might want to turn your volume down because I can hear that over here.
I can hear
I'm
it
gonna
over
turn
here.
it down. But no, I honestly, it's just the Area 51 has been decommissioned for retrofitting and um, backwards engineering all the alien tech. They moved it because now with the way Cheyenne Mountain is, Cheyenne, Wyoming, okay, Cheyenne Mountain, NORAD, the way it is designed and set up, they have the basically the entire mountain is hollowed out.
I was
Well, yeah,
just gonna
it's-
say, isn't NORAD inside the mountain?
Yeah, you remember the movie War Games?
Yeah.
And they went inside and there was a
Yep.
computer called the Whopper.
Yep.
Yeah,
That is actually true.
That's what NORAD supposedly
NORAD
looks
is
like.
the
That was a
North.
studio, obviously.
NORAD is the North American um, Air Defense. Um, it's North America's air defense program.
Okay.
They have radar on top of that mountain. They have, but the entire mountain has pretty much been
They'll see incoming
hollowed
subs.
out.
Out.
And believe it or not, yes,
Right.
there is hangar doors on the side of that mountain.
Doesn't it also go down?
Yes.
Yes. It goes
Yes.
deep underground.
You're about
and that's
30 or 40 stories underground.
When they
as
go
well.
on lockdown, they can go on lockdown when there's an attack, and
So-
those people inside will probably survive.
The mountain itself,
And everybody else will
the
be
mountain itself
extricated,
Yeah.
annihilated.
the mountain itself, the way it's designed inside, and the way that everything's been done up with it, can actually.
Hi, Kayla.
Hi, Kayla.
Hi, Kayla.
Hi, Kayla.
It can actually withstand a nuclear strike.
See, so everybody would survive, and the only thing outside here would probably be the
They
cockroaches left.
They can seal off. They can completely,
Molly.
totally seal off that mountain, and it will. And they can survive in there for years. The way it's set up in
Because,
there.
in other words, they have a whole lot of
They
it.
got.
American Aerospace Defense Command.
Thank you.
Leave it to somebody that has to look at it.
I have
themselves.
my researcher
Hey,
sitting
I don't
right
know
over
jack
there.
Shit, so I gotta look at this.
But anyway,
I really got to redo this thing.
they have it set up now to where everything that was at Area 51. Now you got to remember, Area 51 was in the middle of a dry lake bed in Scroom Lake, Nevada. And the way it was set up is you had hangars in the surrounding mountain range that was there. They had some hangars in
Well, it looks like an
underneath
airport
and everything.
from above.
It's a landing strip.
Yeah.
They can actually land the space shuttle there if they need to. Okay?
Yeah, the
And they actually, I think they may have at one time landed the space shuttle there because of an emergency situation. But everything that was there of alien tech was moved. And the reason that they moved it is because the Russians actually have photographs of Area 51. And they actually have photographs of the ships that we were backwards engineering sitting on the tarmac. Okay.
So because it was
Their
wide,
spy-
wide open outside.
They've went over us with spy plane and those high focusing cameras and shit. And they've gotten pictures. But the thing is, they're not going to release them. They won't release them, regardless, because they know, just like we know, that if that is released to the public without the public being jaded to the situation, then there's going to be mass panic, and it would be mass panic worldwide, not just one nation.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons I believe that Hollywood has been putting out all these movies like they have, alien movies. People to get people used to it, to get them jaded, get them, you know,
So that when it does become public,
yeah.
they'll be used to it.
So
already.
when, well, no, when when the Greys or the reptilians or whoever decides they're going to actually show themselves to the populace of this world, or the Anunnaki, if they come back, they are actually considered our gods. The Anunnaki are the ones that created us.
They're supposed to be the oldest ones.
They're the originals. And actually, our DNA is a mixture of the Anunnaki DNA and an indigenous species on this planet. So, anyway, what they have done is they moved everything over to Cheyenne Mountain, Wyoming, and all the research facilities and everything is put underground now. It's all in the areas that are inside Cheyenne Mountain. So it's underneath the mountain.
Yeah, but they still had.
But they
facilities.
still have hangar doors that they can take take everything out of. And that's also been dubbed Area 52 now.
Yeah, but they do have underground facilities at Area 51 too. That's supposedly where their alien autopsy was done. Like they
Because Area 52 is a facility capable of housing 25,000 people or troops in this active bunker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you keep them
But
at
it's
Area
got-
51 and so that they can try to keep the
And
focus over here
that's
and
why
keep the focus off of
that's
52.
but that's what Area 51 is. It's basically because of how it has been portrayed and perceived over the years. That is what it looks like now. Hey, you're getting more shit on yours than I get on mine for some reason.
Yeah, you somehow it says you joined.
I don't know, but so that's another reason they moved everything is because of the fact that that Area 51 has become so.
I was trying to
What would you say to it? Damn it!
His train derailed.
No,
Mark
my
that
train
on
didn't
that.
derail. I'm trying to think of the proper terms to use with it. And I am getting a little distracted too because I got the headset on trying to listen as well to but it's from the time of its inception up until now, the popularity of it, the well known, everybody knowing what it is, and the little bits of stuff being leaked out, and
You're still talking Area 51.
yes,
Well,
for
it's
Area
like
51.
An iconic place. It's
It's not really an iconic. I mean, you can't really say iconic. It's because
well,
it's just
famous.
yeah, it is famous.
I mean, it's been in how many different fucking movies over the years?
A lot.
I don't know if
A
I
lot.
can figure that out quick enough. I mean, yeah, it's a lot. I mean, Close Encounters. I mean, we can name a few, but it won't take that long to name a few. But I mean, and then you got this big thing that just happened earlier this year.
Well,
With the rushing of Area 51 and all these people wanting to rush it and see what's there.
storming Area
But
51.
the funny thing is, by the time they would have rushed Area 51, let's say they would have gotten past the gates, they probably wouldn't have found much but the leftover equipment and stuff that's kind of not really usable that much today. They're probably using it more as a storage facility now. storing old tech, old old equipment that's outdated and can't be used, but they don't want it, in the wrong hands because they can decipher what they might have been doing or whatever.
Um,
That's just one of those things that they got to keep the attention over here while now all the real stuff's happening over here. It's kind of
yeah.
like sleight of hand.
This is one of
It's
the
just
things.
another
This is
government
one of the things
conspiracy.
you were wanting to um, talk about with the UFOs and stuff too. Uh, Kind of a year in review type of thing, and how many sightings and stuff
Well,
like that. But one of the things that actually happened this year, which was cool, which was back in September, I think, October or September, um, is when the Navy actually confirmed that it has been tracking UFOs,
right.
and it's got and it released they released three different films from F-18 fighters and F-22 fighters that have caught these things
Yeah, but
on,
it wasn't just
on
the Navy. Didn't the
film.
Air Force say something too about mention
Yeah.
something about how the pilots now are confirming when something they can't, a UFO, unidentified flying object comes across, and they actually have been making reports for years. They finally
Yeah,
released
they
this, and
they
these reports
they are
official
finally
somewheres.
they are finally making it official that they are acknowledging that UFOs exist.
Right.
And they
So
did
it
that
wasn't
this year.
just the Navy, but it was the Air Force as well.
Right.
Because
Well, the Navy flies the F-18s off the carriers, and I think they may have a couple of F-22s. The F-22s are mostly Air Force,
but it's all because of all
and
the
then
pilot reports.
then you got the F-35s, which are the more modified version of the F-22, and this is a stealth fighter.
I think people would actually respond if they came
About half of this planet would actually panic.
Hold on a second. Mark's just a loudmouth most of the time, but we'll figure out how to adjust that.
But
But
the volume,
Just Mark's volume. It says,
she's
"Looks
saying
good. Like
she's
the
saying my
second
mic's
camera,
a little hot.
Mark's mic is a little hot at times."
All right, this thing just froze up on me.
I think it did before, and that's why it said you joined again.
It could be. So, our government finally admitted to the fact that they
Well, I don't
have been documenting
hold on.
UFOs.
I don't know if I'd
existing.
call that government as much as I'd call it our armed services, because the way things
True.
go,
I guess it
it's
would be the armed
two
services.
two
because
different types of bodies of something.
you
Don't
able
get
to
me
use that?
started on that today, please. But anyway,
You're the one that just started it. I didn't.
now since we're still talking UFOs, there was I don't. I'm sorry, I've been so busy this week. I would have had it. I've been playing around with some new equipment, some new toys. But I did see an article, and see if you can help me remember this article. And I brought it up to you. I know I did. When some official, government official in Illinois, or somebody came out in Illinois, and they basically released that this year so far, and so far, it's only the 27th, they've had a record amount of UFO sightings in Illinois alone.
I don't know if it was if that happened this year.
to like Flatland.
No, I saw the article earlier this year, like within the last month.
Okay, but
It was like their thing. It was like over 3,000 sightings this year alone. 2019. Yeah, it is fucking crazy.
well,
I mean,
yeah.
it's getting closer
So-
and closer to the point where
Well,
it's going to be a common
well,
day
one of the-
occurrence, maybe.
okay. There's a There's a guy I watch sometimes on Facebook, or not Facebook,
YouTube.
YouTube, Dr. Richard Greer.
Yeah, you told me about him.
Okay, and he used to be an emergency room doctor, and he gave that career up to become a ufologist.
Right.
And him and there's another guy that he is in cahoots with that has been doing talking and stuff. They both said that this year that I might have misunderstood what he said originally, but I know that both of them said that that this year that we were supposed to be finding out that the aliens are supposed to present themselves to the world.
Well, I mean, that's
I mean,
possible. I mean, that could be a possibility with the number of the sightings that have gone up just in the one state.
True.
Alone.
And then, but they said it should have happened. They said it was supposed to happen in October.
Yeah, well,
No, that could have been. He could have been saying that you know, I may, like I said, may have misunderstood, but it could have been that our government or our armed forces were going to admit to the fact that
Well, they did.
right.
Two
That could have been
branches. There's two
what,
branches of the armed forces.
but that could have been what they were talking about too. That was coming.
Because
That
our real government admitted
yeah.
to anything right now, that ain't happening.
I'm not getting into it with you
No,
as a government.
I'm not.
In
I
politics,
just said- I
because
just
that
made-
is not us.
I
We are
just
not
made a
politics anymore.
I know. I just
We've
made a
pissed
quick
enough
joke.
people off.
I made a quick joke. It was just a generalized joke. Jesus
Well, now you joined. How'd you join? On your tablet?
So anyway, so I'm gonna. I told you I'm gonna try to get this new toy. I want to make a trip because also I heard this year that up in oh man, I don't want to get this wrong. It's either Pierce or Price County. Which is it? You know? Is it Pierce or Price County?
I don't know.
That's like up north near Green Bay area.
I don't know.
Well,
I'm
anyway,
not sure.
It's either Pierce or Price County. It's where we have probably one of the largest state forests in Wisconsin. Okay. And
Sorry.
from what I understand and what I've been reading lately and watching, there has been a shit ton of Bigfoot sightings up there in that state forest, in that county. It's supposed to be like the biggest body of forest in the Wisconsin area. But it's like way the fuck up north.
Up by Menominee?
No,
Menominee
It's
Reservation?
up by
Pierce County is part of the Minneapolis, St. Bloomington, Minnesota, Wisconsin metropolitan area.
it's maybe is there,
By
is there a Price County?
So, yeah, it's Pierce.
No,
No,
he's
it's
talking
way
about
up by
Green
Green
Bay.
Bay.
That's
Oh.
what you're seeing
You're gonna be
there
on
is
You'd be on
over.
the Great Lakes. Opposite
So
side
you
of the
looked up
state.
Pierce County, look up Price County now and see.
I know it started with a P. That's all I remember. It was either
Pierce
Pierce or
County is a county, U.S. state, Wisconsin, has it's near Falls.
Anyway, I want to go up there and do some filming and see what.
Well, I'd like to go over to the Devil's Punch Bowl.
that too.
Yeah.
Go with a new toy. Something like that would be cool. Going to Devil's
North
Punch Bowl
Central
would be
Wisconsin,
cool.
midway between Hayward and Minot.
We've been to such great
Hayward
places.
is like near Canada.
Yeah,
Hayward was like way up,
we've been to some great.
I think that's what he's talking about. Man.
way up.
There's a forest right there. I'll bring up the map and show you. I checked out and I investigated it a little bit because I got asked. Well, I didn't get asked. I saw an ad from another paranormal type research group that was looking for a videographer to follow them around up there for a couple of days. And it's like, man, if I was in better shape and more experience, I would have done it.
Yeah.
You know, because that would have been an adventure. Because it was one of those, it was like the ones that we met this year. when we were down in Whitewater. They were
Midwest
professional like those
Paranormal.
guys, you know. And I'd have loved to have been along with them to see what kind of equipment they used and their tactics to try to find or capture a Bigfoot on camera. You know, because that was the whole objective to the mission at weekend.
You told them that was off limits to them, right?
What?
Your little bowl in the fridge.
Oh, I don't think they even know about it. So they better leave it alone.
It just smells like someone's cooking something out there.
Yeah, well, they better leave that alone. I haven't had that in I don't know how many fucking years.
I'd hate to be the one that touched it if they did.
Huh?
I'd hate to be the one that touched it if they did.
Somebody could get their fingers cut off and their hands. No, it wouldn't be pretty, that's for sure.
No, not after what that. I knew
But-
he hadn't had it in a long time, and I figured, bring him some.
We haven't had any either. We gave it to us.
But anyway,
I know that.
so there's Bigfoot that we still got to go tracking down, just for fun. I don't think we're gonna find him, but it would be kind of cool to see what we do find up
Mhm.
there, because it's pretty far north.
It'd be fun to take it just time off in the summer and just go do shit.
You know, and then like you said, there's the Devil's Punch Bowl, but like places that we have been, with the camera, that thermal camera would be nice to go back to some of those places with.
Especially this one particular place we've already filmed twice. And
Eagle
It's-
Road Cemetery.
yeah,
Okay, I'm on your brainwave.
it's been a little active.
Yes, I've seen a lot of posts lately about Eagle Road Cemetery, like through our Facebook.
That's because
page,
you're used to
because
seeing me with a mustache and beard, Ash.
Yeah, he does look funny, doesn't he? Anyway, but I follow a lot of these different paranormal groups and these people through our Facebook page, and I've seen a lot of people going out to Eagle Road Cemetery and then coming back with pictures and saying stuff. I haven't seen
Really?
any video, but I've seen pictures and I've seen them say different things and stuff like this. I've had somebody mention that place to me when we were out and about, and I got to talking, and I was handing out cards.
No.
No, this is in
It's
Juneau.
one out by Juneau.
Okay, it's like in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. And the first time we were out there, it was
It's
almost
darker
like,
than dark.
we had a really strange thing because it was after 11 o'clock and there was a flyover, but there's no fucking airport.
Yeah, there is a Juneau,
Well, yeah,
but that's a small municipal airport.
yeah, this was like almost like
But this thing that came over, it was a jet.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah, it was out of place. It seemed like it was low flying in that area, but it was cool. And then the second time we were out there, we heard those noises, those growl.
Actually,
noises.
Okay, you guys started your camera before I started mine when we were out there. And you ran for probably 6-7 minutes before I even fired mine up.
Yeah.
And and at the time that I caught that on the sound, you guys were at the other end of the cemetery from us. And so where I heard it, we were facing south. So where I heard it come from was where the tree was fallen there, and that was to my right, and you guys were on my left. So when I caught that sound, I would have been in between it and where you guys were. And I did check your film too, and it's kind of interesting because I heard similar on your guys' film.
Yeah, and that's probably about the time that I said I heard it coming from across the street. Out of
No.
the woods that was there,
That wasn't on that at that time.
wasn't it?
No. if you compare your timelines,
I have a hard
no,
time going back
here's
and
the
watching
weird
some of this
part
stuff
about
sometimes.
this. If you compare the timelines from mine and yours, since you started your camera prior to
I
mine,
get what you're saying.
right around the same time frame as when that happened.
But I like. Yeah, I think you also heard something. Or leaving, but pick it up there.
Well, I didn't pick anything up, and I was still filming as we were leaving. And I think
So was
Tanya
I.
was still filming where you were.
I had the camera when
But
we were leaving. I think. Or something, but
I
heard
didn't
it.
I didn't
No, I
hear
had the meter.
anything at that time.
I was carrying the meter.
And I
so
actually
that's-
checked. I still checked both. Oh, excuse me. I did check both videos of it, and I didn't hear anything at that point. But I did that one, and I don't know if you heard it, but
See, now that'd be an interesting place to take. the
see,
camera.
Lisa was with. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Lisa was with me. She was standing right next to me.
I had my arm in yours because it was
Yeah.
third, and I didn't want to
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the ground there wasn't all too leveled either.
No,
I mean,
it's
it
just
was
a little
like,
hilly, little bumpy.
You know, it's got.
Um,
I was having a hard time keeping
Me
my
being
balance.
as
But I think that would be a cool. I think that would be cool to take a thermal out
Yeah,
there.
that's gonna have to take a third trip when we get to thermal. We're gonna have to go there for the third trip.
Well, it's not just because of that. I mean, it's also close to us too.
Right, but
It's not that far away from us.
we don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over either.
Well, no, I understand that.
But it does warrant more investigation because of well, one, the flyover is not a big deal, but the sound and then.
Well, it's not
Wasn't
just
the
that.
same one
That's
where-
that was the first night we were out there. Is a
Wasn't
little
that-
bit after that flyover is when I seen that shadow.
and we felt like we were being watched.
Yes, but the thing is, I never caught anything
No, we didn't.
on film or on video at the time. But I swear to God, I seen a shadow,
And that's when the corn was still.
and that yes,
the
that's
cornfield was still up.
but
high.
but you could see. No, actually, that was before the corn got high enough because you could see the lights of the house on the far side
But
back
it was
there.
it was about waist high then. It was high.
And
It was a cornfield was there. The last time we were gone, they had already demolished. the
but of course, that was, that's me. I'm not saying trying to put things in people's heads to
Oh, no.
to give them something to to make them think
Most
that they're
of the
going to
time,
see it.
We debunked just about everything. That
Well, see,
we
that's what
thought
I
we
try
saw.
to do. I'm not the kind of person like I said in the interview with Tom when we did the crossover show
Yeah,
with them.
Tom and Molly.
With Tom and Molly. I'm the kind of person that if I feel that maybe I caught something, I'm gonna try and debunk it. I want to make absolute certain that it is what it is.
Yeah, we did that with Forest Hill when we went back and
Mhm.
set up the two cameras pointed in that area. And like
Yeah.
it was just sun. And
It was
shadows
the
laying trail.
shadow. It was
But we haven't debunked Eagle Road Cemetery yet. We debunked Northport Sanatorium Hill.
the stuff that we got at Eagle Road is going to be a little difficult to debunk.
Right. I get that. So it just
Because
stays
you
up.
got to try.
Well, that's where Eagle Road stays in kind of like an unexplained file.
Because you got
So
to
we
try
can keep
and
going back to it.
come up with the same
Yeah.
situation.
Right.
Sanatorium
Well, see, that's the
Hill,
thing,
we
you know.
debunked.
And what kind of confused me on that is the fact that you guys are on the left of me, almost all the way at the end of at the other end of the cemetery. Lisa and I are standing there, and to the right of me, what was it, about 30, 35 yards to the right was the fence line where that tree was. And that's kind of the area that I heard a grunt, growl, whatever that was. But you guys, again, are at the far other end of the damn cemetery. And if you compare the tape, or compare the video, it's on yours too. And it wasn't loud enough for you guys to pick it up. So that's the weird part to me about it. Why would it be on yours as well, unless something actually happened down there as well, and you guys didn't hear it.
Yeah, well, like you said, Eagle Road's gonna get hurt when it's done,
That's what I'm saying. Eagle Road will be a difficult one to debunk.
which makes it fun. Right?
Oh, it's going to be real fun.
You know, but
That one's
then
going to be
there's-
that one can be very interesting. I think what we need to do is maybe go out there during the day or
yeah. There's a couple of days.
a daylight part to where we can actually just get maybe pictures or filming of it to show how actually how big the cemetery is,
Yeah, scope it out a little bit more.
and that way we can see, how big it actually is once they're.
You know, between that and then
It's almost dark the first time you go there.
Oh, yeah.
it was dark both
It was
times.
like midnight when the first time we went, and it was overcast, very very overcast, cloudy,
kind of drizzling.
a little
On and
drizzly, and foggy.
Yeah.
Somewhat foggy.
It's for an interesting cemetery visit.
And
there a full moon that
and
night too?
no,
Or was
not that night.
someplace
The
else that
night
we're
the
trying to
night
get?
Now,
The
that
night-
would be cool. Go out there on a full moon.
we
Oh.
did.
That was the second night then that we were out there.
The
He was
night
trying to
that
capture the
second
full
night
moon.
we did that. There was a full moon
He
out
was
there,
trying to
but it
capture
was
it, remember?
cloudy that night too.
That's right. He was trying to.
But it was breaking cloudy, to where there was breaks and stuff. And I did get a video of the moon itself. So
But what also makes it fun is not only like now here I'm going to go off away from Eagle Road, Sanatorium Hill. When we went out there, what made that kind of fun? Before we went out there, that one time we saw a video, and they said it was an apparition crossing the path.
yeah,
We debunked the hell out of that.
well, it was easy to debunk
Well,
because
it was
of the
easy
fact
to do
that
it just
there's
watching
people.
it, but we went out there and kind
There's
of.
people all hours of the night walking through there.
Oh yeah, we discovered that too while we were out there.
It's not just
walking
that.
The dogs and,
It's not just
That's
that,
because rather than walking down on Northport, people cut across the line.
Right.
Well, yeah, because it's more convenient for one, and
Yeah.
for two, you're not down in the traffic area where something could happen.
and let him have his little fun because the one time we went out there, he got a little shits and giggles out of it because I almost stepped on a fucking fawn.
That was funny.
That's cute.
Can't help it.
But that was funny and cool at the same
But
time.
at the same time, it proves something else.
What?
That deer come right down into
Oh yeah,
the woods
deer
right
deer
there
do
and
come
bed-
down into those woods.
and bed down.
And that was actually
Anywhere where they can find food.
where it was bed down. It was very close to the cliff or the hill part
the edge of
that
the woods.
goes the edge that goes
the
down
path.
to the that goes down to the parking lot.
And that was very close to
The path.
those cement,
Right.
those cement things where the waterfall and that was.
Right.
Mhm.
And right up around the corner there was a bigger bedding area. So
Yep.
there was bigger deer that stayed back in there as well. But
Well,
they
you
weren't
gotta
there.
figure if that was a fawn,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
mommy and daddy's got to be around there
Oh,
somewhere.
sure.
No,
Maybe
it
not.
wasn't. It wasn't a fawn. It was actually a young doe.
It was just young,
Well, still,
but still.
It was
Mommy
a yearling.
and-
It was a yearling
Maybe
doe.
not.
Is what it
mommy and
was.
daddy got to be around there somewhere,
Maybe
unless
not.
they
Not
got
when
hit.
they're yearlings. When the yearlings are no longer part of the group or
They
the.
don't travel in
Yeah.
herds. They usually travel by
They
themselves.
they do travel in herds.
I've seen herds come
Yeah,
across
I know you
the
have.
street.
No, they
and
do- they
rode
do
in
travel
front of
in
me.
herds.
But they do straggle.
But the thing is, once they're yearlings, they're off on their own.
Yeah.
They get
They
kind
can
of kicked out of the
they get kicked out of the
Well, they
family and
wander
they
off.
gotta go and find a boyfriend or
I'm not
girlfriend
sure
or
if
whatever.
that way.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
surprised she
you know,
didn't
so
have
they
a boyfriend
kill
around
them
there
and eat
then.
them.
You never know.
He was probably off on the other side of the woods.
With the other girlfriend.
Probably.
But it made,
Yeah.
it made that interesting. It shows ways that some of that.
Well,
stuff up
that's
there,
the
people
thing.
were
There's
having
all
mind
kinds of
tricks
stuff
played
that
on.
Yeah.
and that wooded area behind there is fairly large,
And,
and there's a lot up in there,
and then there was somebody.
and
that,
there's birds up in there.
oh yeah, there's
certain
a lot-
kinds
lot
of birds. I mean, we
wildlife
heard
through there.
what we heard an owl. I think it was.
There was an owl. There was raccoons.
There's
squirrels.
there was
all kinds
a
of
there was
shit.
a hawk up in there too. There was a hawk or two that was up in there screeching. And, you hear that stuff at night. If you're
And you're by
walking through there at
yourself,
night
or
and you
just
disturb the roosting area of a hawk or an owl, and
or
they
make
make
a
that,
noise.
or whatever, or you disturb the bedded down area of a deer or a raccoon or something like that, or yeah, you're gonna hear some weird noises, especially during certain times of the year when there's leaves on the ground. You're gonna hear the scurrying, you know, and a lot of people do get spooked easy.
Now, the only way that's going to ever probably get another shot at us going up there is if we get to inside.
Yeah, well,
Which
that's not ever gonna
that's a
happen.
long
You never
shot.
know. You never know.
That's
If they
a long
if
shot.
they sell the
You don't
building
have
or it
you don't have
becomes
the right
empty,
people. But I
you
am
know, and it
I
goes up
am
for sale or
still
something like that, we might have a better shot because then it's no longer government owned.
I am still at now that I'm on the new route with delivering to the university. I am still looking to find out who I need to talk to, possibly get us permission to do some filming in the basement of the old Madison General,
Yeah, you were talking about that.
because that was built in 1929.
But now let's go on to another place. This is kind of a year in review. Okay, and talk about it. Bray Road.
Ah, yes, Bray Road.
You know, that requires a lot more investigation.
Oh
I
yeah.
hate to say that.
And
Well, no, I
with
don't hate to say that
and with
because
an
that place
Indian
fascinates
guide.
me.
And with an
And with an
Indian
Indian
guide.
I think next time.
Well,
We still
that's
need to
fine.
get a hold of our acquaintance because I haven't met the man yet, but I have talked to him a couple of times.
Yep.
I'd like to
Lee
get out to.
Hippel.
No,
Well, we didn't get out there
I
this
don't
year
wanna
because
mention
of
his last name, but I want to get out there and try to. Weather wasn't permitting this year.
the
Anybody.
weather wasn't permitting for anything this year. Mother
Right.
Nature was being a total bitch.
And there's a lot of people, and I'm sure we're not top of this list.
Well, I'm
Okay,
surprised he
right
got
now.
the people out there that he did get out there.
Right. Well,
They had to have the vehicles. We do have somebody that has a
But
vehicle
see-
that can do it.
but see, because
Yeah, I
you
know.
can only do things on Saturdays and Sundays, those people might have done that in the middle of the week.
We do have somebody with a vehicle
But
that can
still,
get
That's
through there.
possible too.
I get that, but Mother Nature still did not help us.
Yeah,
Alright,
Mother
for
Nature
that
was
one.
being a bitch.
But we saw how easily the mind can play tricks with you because that place is so dark and kind of spooky.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
And very
yeah.
few
We
houses.
did a filming from the car. Didn't get to do much because of. In fact, I think that night was a little crappy too.
Yeah, a few nights were a little crappy. There was one that was actually rainy on what was one of those
Paradise Road.
Paradise Road, and somebody asked if we were going to go out there, and I told them to go check us out. We already did that one. But something happened recently. I haven't got the story, but somebody was telling me about it recently. And something happened this year again on Paradise Road.
Well,
Okay.
I did run through there.
But unfortunately,
And-
nothing
and,
happened to us.
Well, see, I ran through there and taped during the day
Right,
on the
that's
way
the one
over
that
here.
you went and did a drive-by during the day.
I
to
did a
check it
drive
out,
through to check it out,
And
kind
filmed
of,
while you were
film.
doing
Yeah, and I filmed as I drove down
'cause that's
through
up
there.
there too.
And
As a
that way
preview.
you kind of got an idea of what it looked like,
Right.
and everything.
I
And,
put
and
that
you can
video
see
up on
you can
it.
see the open fields, you can see the wooded areas and stuff like
Right.
that.
That's on our YouTube channel as Paradise Road Preview.
Yep.
Because that was when you drove through there by yourself with a camera at daylight.
Yep.
On your way here, I think it was, or something. But anyway.
Yeah, I think I might have been on the way here.
But anyway, yeah, that was one of those cool things. So, that's another one. Then we went to, what was the other one? Weary Road. Now, that was a strange place.
Boy, that one, yeah, that was not just strange. That one, you got your ass ate off by the mosquitoes,
It
especially
was
at
like
the time we went out there.
Ungodly amount of fucking mosquitoes that day when we went out there. You
Yeah.
Remember that? That
Oh,
was
yeah.
where the bridge was covered with graffiti.
I just remember the people we met,
Yeah, that too.
and they actually went back out there.
But
At a different time.
we're gonna
We
go
haven't-
back.
we
haven't
haven't.
gone back out there yet, so that's another one on our list. But what was strange about
See, I
that
wished
place,
he wasn't so easily getting cold and everything. Because I'd say this is about the good time to go out there, so we could be, because no mosquitoes. You're not going to get your ass ate off.
Well, maybe we can try it tomorrow night.
I don't
If
know.
bundle up now.
I don't
The thing
know.
we got going tomorrow is getting the puppy pampered.
We'd have you'd be out there freezing your nuts.
Well, you
Yeah,
get
'cause
car
isn't
warm.
it supposed to get colder?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know. Winter's on.
No, it's supposed to rain tomorrow.
Oh, well then that sucks. Forget that.
It's gonna snow like a bitch up north, but it's supposed to rain here.
But it's one of those places.
Again, Mother Nature being a bitch.
Give me a chance. Maybe my tolerance for the cold will build back up as we do some of this stuff towards the end of summer, and then in March as the snow's going away.
That's
But
a
we've been,
big
we've been to some strange places. We went looking for a lake monster over in Lake Mendota.
Picnic Point, right behind the University Hospital up there.
Yeah, because Picnic Point had its own kind of.
And
Weird
somebody
going on.
got us lost trying to find it.
Yeah, but somebody was walking so far ahead of us, she got out of.
No, he's
That was
pointing at her.
me.
She does that all the time.
Here's what I don't quite understand. No, here's what I don't quite understand. Okay. How can she walk that fast with her legs so damn short?
My legs aren't short.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are. You got short legs, and you walk like a freaking speed demon.
Sorry.
Well, anyway,
But just to be over.
where else did we go
I like the film.
this year?
I like the portion that we filmed after Paradise.
Well, we went out to
Picnic
the other
Point.
cemetery there on Speedway.
Yeah, it's Forest Hill Cemetery.
It's Forest Hill.
Astelon.
Oh yeah, Asylum
Yeah.
State Park.
That's
We
another
went
one I
there.
wanna get
That
back
was-
to as
That was
well.
another one that was kind of fucked up. Our first shot out there, we had some cool shit happen to us. Now, Asylum State Park is in Lake Mills area,
It's just outside of Lake Mills.
right?
in the town of Astelon.
Anyway, it's a state park. We went out there and oh my god, we had our EMF meter just going fucking nuts.
Wasn't it the second time?
No,
this was the first.
this
time.
was the first time,
Oh, that's
and I
right.
didn't. I
That's
didn't
right.
have my camera out to film.
No.
You guys were filming with your camera.
Right.
You had a brand new SD card in that,
right.
and we were at the mound that is closest to the parking area, and over on the steps of the mound, we had the EMF meter going ape shit.
Yeah, and
Literal
nobody,
ape shit.
nobody was holding on
And
to it. I put
somebody
it
had
down on the step.
had a physical reaction.
Yeah, he had some weird reaction because of his ears, but we actually filmed it. I mean, we were filming it. We had the
And
camera
that's happened
pointing
every
at
time
it.
we've gone out there with the ears.
Yeah, with your ears.
Yeah. And well, we've only been out there twice.
No, 3 times.
Twice.
3 times.
When's the third?
I swear we were up there 3
No,
times.
we were out there
Two.
twice.
I could have swore there was 2 video footages up there. That's
No.
fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
if there's 2 video footages, then it's from your guys' camera and my camera from the
Okay.
second time we went. Because I took my camera and filmed with it that day.
Okay.
So the first time we went out there, we got all this and everything. When we got back, he couldn't pull it off of the damn SD
was
card
corrupt.
because it was corrupt. It said it was corrupt. It wouldn't pull anything off. So
Yeah,
we had nothing.
That
We
was
had
weird.
not a damn thing.
That was weird as hell, too.
And the second time we
And
went
the
out there,
second time we went out there-
we found the Princess Mound, but we couldn't film it because it's behind some
Well-
fences.
We could have filmed it because somebody just said we should have just jumped the fence. It's a little wooden fence.
And I'm going to do it next time.
Anyway,
No, next time I think we should go out
But-
there when the museum
but we
is
walked
open.
around a lot more.
Because we should also get some footage from inside the museum.
Well, either way.
Yeah.
Either way.
And
the Princess Mound thing.
so,
only
the second time we were out there, we got footage from the museum area there. We got footage of the mound itself. We got some footage of the surrounding areas where we walked around. We walked originally first on the second trip. We walked down by the river, and on the way back up, you were like 5 miles ahead of us.
As always.
He was about half a mile ahead of me,
Boy,
and Lisa is standing with or walking with me, hanging on to me,
Don't make it slow.
and I glanced back, and I swear there was somebody following us. Walking along the path. So I stopped. I think I even filmed. But I stopped,
And
I
he said
turned
something,
around.
and then he was trying to get my attention to say something.
And I'm like, I'm looking, and it was just weird because it
Because we had those walkie-talkies in that time.
Yeah,
too.
I know.
You were
I know.
trying to get my attention to tell me to come back and look your way, and I did, but I didn't see nothing.
yeah, but it just, I swear to God, I seen a shadow back there or something, a person back there.
Sometimes your body
But hey,
things tell
whatever.
You something's following
You know,
you or what.
Again, that was me. That was an experience I had. I don't know if it'll happen again. Don't know if it was even
But we
a
did,
proper experience,
but we all
or if it
experienced.
was something that was.
We all experienced that EMF meter going fucking nuts like it did.
No, we all didn't. I don't think Lisa was
Well,
there.
no, but I
I think
mean,
she was up at the
The
car.
people that were with us right there at that point.
Well, you and
Tanya,
me, and then I think she might have seen it, and that
You know,
was.
they had that thing sitting right there on the stop. You know. And then that didn't happen again.
Nope.
When we went back out there, that EMF meter didn't go nuts like that again. Yeah,
No,
it
and we
went
even
off,
took
but
it to
didn't
the
go-
same. But we even took it to the same
fucking
spot,
stop.
and
Yeah,
it
didn't
still
go
didn't go
again.
off.
So, like I said, something fucking strange.
And the
about
whole
that
thing
place.
is that whole area. There's no lines. There's no power lines or anything overhead, and there's no power lines or anything buried underneath.
And I was talking to.
And the only place there are any kind of power lines, phone lines, or whatever are along
Right.
the road.
I was talking to a Native American recently, okay, and I was telling him about some of the stuff that happened to us out at Asylum Park, and he's like, "Yeah, I believe that there's a lot of history there,
Yeah,
And
there is a lot of history
he
there.
was also asking me, and I am going to get in contact with him again because he agreed to come along with us to some effigy and to show us to go with us and give us some history and background on those effigy mountains that are close by you with that area in Florida.
Oh, the
Right.
the Tashkendong effigy mounts.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
we can do that.
And then he's going to take us.
And I bet if I ask him about that little pond area that's right next to 26 there, that new section of 26 that they built, I bet he has some history about that too.
Right.
Because just before they started laying pavement there, the University of Wisconsin Whitewater was out there digging, doing an excavation dig.
Well, I got his attention.
okay,
long enough.
I'm curious now. What pond?
Okay. It's like as you're going outbound on 26 out of
Oh,
Fort.
by Stagecoach.
Yeah, no, not that one. That's not the one. It's before that. It's where they made let's see, when you're at the very end of Business 26 and you come back up onto 26, you got that first bridge.
Yeah.
Okay. Past that, you got the second bridge that they put over.
Okay.
Just before that, on the left hand side, on the um, um, it would be the east side of the road.
Okay.
It looks like a cornfield out there around it, and then the section of it there, you can see it's like a marshy area, and there's some trees there. Now, before they put any of that road in, the University of Whitewater had students and professors out there, and they were doing an archaeological dig out there. I don't know if they were digging to find the artifacts to preserve them, or digging to make sure there was no artifacts in that area that they were going to pave over. But they did that for a long ass time, and they had probably a dozen or more pits dug. And I watched it all happen over that summer because of I was working with straight shot, and I was doing runs along there all the time. So during that summer, I was able to watch a lot of it and see it. But I know that they went out there, and I'd like to know what it was all about. I haven't heard anything, or I haven't really looked to find anything. What? Huh?
I'm gonna cut out otherwise.
Oh, yeah.
That was like 5 minutes.
No, that's good. Sorry.
So let's do that.
So yeah, I was just trying to so
So we got a possible Indian tour guide, Native American tour guide for a couple of trips. He was really interested in
Oh,
talking
yeah.
for quite a while.
good.
So
That'd be fun.
Asylum
Yes.
was one of those places because we were talking about how her remains, the princess's remains, were taken to the Milwaukee Cemetery, and Native Americans were
Milwaukee
protesting.
Cemetery.
Milwaukee Museum.
I'm sorry.
Milwaukee
I got it.
Museum.
We were talking cemeteries, so I got cemeteries on the brain. I guess I don't know. But it was taken to that Milwaukee Museum and put on display, and,
Yeah.
and a bunch of Native Americans were protesting the museum and wanted her remains to go back to this day. They're not back.
I'm
They're
telling you,
historic.
we keep going out and filming at cemeteries. We're gonna have to be known as the headstoners.
Anyway, so please visit utterlyinsaneproductions.com right down here. See it? Down there. Anyway,
What do you mean, right down?
no, right down here. It's in front of mine. See?
Oh, it's over here.
Yeah, it's in front of mine. See where it's at?
Yep.
Okay.
You were pointing at me.
And if you go shopping
And
on
there.
Amazon, please use the link at the top of our website so that we get a little bit of a kickback. That'll help our show grow. It'll help pay for our travel expenses to the sites we want to visit and film for you to enjoy. And let's see. Please share, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube and Facebook. Follow us. Always glad to hear your comments.
If
Until
there's a-
next time. What?
If there's anything that you haven't heard us talk about and you hear and it's something you want
Yeah.
us to check out, let us know.
I was getting to that. If you had any suggestions or topic suggestions, you can email us, send us something through Facebook here,
Yep.
or however, there's many ways to contact us. There's a contact page on our website. There's all kinds of things coming soon. And until next year, enjoy.
Next year being Thursday.
Yeah.
You know that. So have a good New Year, and everybody be safe.
Now, how do I stop it?
Go up there to where the red thing is and just end it. Or just click on it again and it should end it.
Thanks for watching The Insane Asylum with Mark and Joe. Be sure to visit our website at utterlyinsaneproductions.com for all your links. Please like and share us on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube. Until next time, keep your eyes in the sky.